The first light of dawn barely grazes the skyscrapers of Tokyo. Haru steps out of his small apartment, backpack slung over one shoulder, coffee cup in hand. The streets are quiet but alive, the hum of vending machines mixing with distant train whistles. For a moment, everything feels still, almost like the city itself is holding its breath. Haru glances at the train schedule on his phone. Another day begins. He feels it again, the strange sensation that life is slipping away faster than it should. Why does time feel like it's racing, he thinks. It's a question he asks himself almost every morning, but today he's determined to find a better answer. As Haru walks to the station, the city comes alive. Neon lights fade into daylight, shopkeepers pull up shutters, delivery bikes zip past with practiced precision. Every morning, the same streets, the same smells of fresh bread and roasted coffee beans, the same train doors opening and closing. On the platform, Haru observes the commuters. Everyone moves like a clockwork machine, headphones in, eyes down, phones glowing. Even the wind seems impatient today, carrying the scent of spring blossoms that no one notices. Haru steps onto the train, settling near the window. Outside, the buildings blur. Inside, the rhythm is mechanical. He takes a sip of his coffee, slightly warm now, and wonders how childhood summers once felt like endless golden light. How did the years stretch so wide? Now, somehow, they all feel shorter. Have you ever noticed how Monday bleeds into Friday, and suddenly months vanish? Why does time move faster when we grow older? By mid-morning, Haru arrives at his office, a shared co-working space with glass walls and minimalist furniture. The hum of computers is constant. Screens blink with notifications. Slack messages, emails, calendar reminders, all demanding attention. Haru scrolls through his phone unconsciously during a break. 5 minutes become 15. Hours vanish unnoticed. Even his favorite productivity apps feel like tiny speed bumps he's constantly racing past. Our minds are tricked by constant stimulation, he mutters to himself. Every ping, every scroll, every notification fragments my attention, and fragmented attention makes time disappear. A colleague waves, but Haru barely notices. He thinks about how, even in a world connected by instant messages, life feels increasingly disconnected. And in that disconnection, the days blur. Lunch is a quiet bento in the park. Haru watches children chasing pigeons, parents holding hands, elderly couples strolling slowly. He reflects on the contrast with his own life, deadlines, unpaid bills, looming project milestones. When I was a child, a year felt enormous. Now, a year is a fraction of my life, tiny and fleeting. Responsibilities compress time in ways we don't realize. He glances at the office building across the street, imagining the hundreds of people moving inside. Are they feeling it too? The pressure of adult life, the invisible weight that steals minutes from the present, is universal. The longer we live, the smaller each year feels. But why? Because we measure time differently as adults. One day is no longer an adventure, it's a checklist. On his way back, Haru notices a stray cat sunbathing on a windowsill. A street musician plays a gentle melody on his guitar, his case open for coins. A small paper crane is stuck in a tree branch, fluttering in the breeze. Haru slows his pace, suddenly aware that he hasn't noticed any of these small beauties for weeks. He recalls a lesson from his grandfather: time is never short. We simply forget to see it. Haru enters a quiet café tucked between two office buildings. He orders matcha and sits by the window, watching people pass. For the first time today, he lets himself breathe. Presence is the antidote, he whispers. If we stop rushing, we can stretch a single moment into hours of experience. Mindfulness doesn't create time, it reveals it. The cafe owner, an elderly woman with a gentle smile, notices Haru staring at his tea. She places a small cookie on his saucer. Cafe owner, you look like someone chasing tomorrow. Haru, it keeps running away. Cafe owner, maybe you just need to stop running. The simplicity of her words strikes him. He notices the aroma of matcha, the warm sunlight on the table, the soft chatter of other patrons. For a moment, the city, the notifications, the deadlines, all of it, fade into the background. To slow life down, choose small pauses intentionally. Savor your coffee. Watch people. Listen to music without multitasking. Create pockets of novelty. Over the next few days, Haru experiments. He takes a different route to the office, noticing streets he's never walked before. He photographs cherry blossoms, listens to street performers, writes short notes in a journal at lunchtime. He starts leaving his phone in his bag while walking, allowing his mind to wander. Small rituals, tea with no screens, a walk in the park, reading an old book, become tiny islands of presence. Time isn't disappearing, he realizes. It's flowing around me. When I notice, I can touch it, even hold it. One evening, Haru watches the sunset from the rooftop of his building. The city glows gold, reflecting off the skyscrapers. He sees an old man feeding birds, a young couple holding hands, children chasing a ball in the distant park. Life doesn't have to feel short, he reflects. It's the way we live that makes it fly. If every day is a blur, it's not time's fault, it's ours. He leans back, closing his eyes. The hum of the city continues, but for once, it feels like a heartbeat he can follow, steady and full. If you feel life slipping through your fingers, don't try to chase it. Stop, look, and feel. Take different paths, meet new people, savor a simple tea, or notice a bird in flight. Presence is how we stretch our days. Novelty, reflection, and mindful awareness, these are the tools we all have to slow time without ever turning back the clock.